Alright guys, as promised, more laid back video today. Just doing some cardio. I might do some abs after this. Whether or not that gets filmed, we'll see. I haven't decided yet. But just cardio today. So as the title from yesterday's video kind of gives away, we are officially done with the bro split. No more bro split. It is dead and gone for me and Brandon, unfortunately. I say that I'm looking forward to new split, but as previously stated, we're going to start doing back by, chest try, shoulder legs, rest day, and it'll be every other leg day that involves shoulders, and we'll kind of see how that feels, how that works out, and if we want to go ahead and do it every leg day, just based off of how our legs or how our shoulders respond to higher volume training in the past. I think it's a safer bet to just train them every 6 days, or I guess every 7 days, once a week, instead of hitting them both times. So, because this is a perfect 7-day split where everything gets hit twice, and I don't think my shoulders would respond very well to being hit twice a week. Just getting hit once every 8 days has been enough, where I'm not getting shoulder impingements here, or rotator cuff issues, or just anything like that. So that's the plan. As for tomorrow's workout, being the first back and by workout, I'm thinking personally, whether or not this is what the final result of the workout is, but where my mind is planning it out right now, is tomorrow's workout is just going to be alternating between the back and by, keeping the intensity up, the amount of time we're in the gym down, and just alternating between both body parts. So a back exercise, a bicep exercise, a back exercise, a bicep exercise. So that way we're not taking as long of breaks between sets, maybe even a few supersets. I'm thinking of starting to work out with pull downs, superset with cable curls. Just easy bar cable curls. And then probably from there a row followed by another curl, and so on and so forth. Probably doing 4 to 5 exercises each, maybe somewhere in there. And that will probably be how this new split goes. Like for chest, maybe 2 flies, 2 presses, and 4 tricep exercises. But we'll see. We'll see what it becomes, what feels the best. I'm sitting here trying to formulate and plan the next arm workouts, but or not the next workouts in general. Sorry, but yeah, I think our bodies are going to respond well to changing our split for the first time in probably years. I mean, I guess in a year, because when I started the channel, we were doing back by, chest try, shoulder day, leg day. So we're basically just putting shoulders and legs in one day and making it a free day split and adding a rest day in. So instead of doing a 4-day split with no rest, a 3-day split with a rest day. That perfectly makes sure that we're hitting everything twice a week. So that's always been the issue with the bro split. If you're not hitting everything twice a week, you're hitting 2 or 3 body parts, depending on if you took a rest day a week. The other ones get outpaced and aren't in that week span. They are the beginning of the next week. And so, as someone who does kind of dig into the research and watches a lot of other fitness channels and takes a lot of other people's inspirations and opinions and the research and everything, and tries to come up with my own opinion, I don't think I've ever intentionally made sure every body part's been hit twice a week, even though the research is there for it. Everyone swears by it. I just have never done it. And so for me, this is actually just something new entirely. intentionally setting up a split that not only I'm going to be hitting things twice a week intentionally, but also I'm going to intentionally have built-in rest days, which I've never done. And even though you could argue, like, how much rest are you really getting right now? You just hit legs yesterday, and now you're hitting cardio. I'm going to be completely honest with you. My legs are mostly fine today. It's always that second day after legs that my legs are just demolished. So it's like tomorrow will be the day where it's like, maybe some very light cardio on like the stationary bike. But mostly just come in and focus on my back and bi workout. And when we get into the harder, heavier cardio on Tuesday when we hit chest and tri. So the day after legs, for the most part, I'm fine. My legs pretty well are going to need tomorrow to recover. So all that being said, I mean, I'm not in here absolutely demolishing my body like normal. It's cardio, maybe some abs. So it's still a rest day. It's just, I will probably never, unless I just absolutely feel like I need to, take a full-blown rest day because I have big goals envisioned, big things that I want to accomplish. Saying that I'm going to hop on stage next summer still sounds completely and totally insane to me. But I want to do it. I want to lose 40 pounds in the next year and step on stage. And maybe even more than that. It might be 50 pounds. We call it the Drained 160, and the goal is 160. But if I get to 160, and we got like a month or two before the show still, I'm not going to just settle. I'll be like, heck yeah, we made it to 160. The work is done. Main gain, and get on stage. And I'm like, no. If I'm not stage lean yet, if I'm not stage ready, I'm going to continue to cut. So I might very well get on the summer shredding transformation stage next summer at 150. And frankly, at my height, there's even an argument you can make that I might be stepping on stage at 140. So we'll see what we actually land at. But at the end of the day, that's anywhere between 40 and 60 pounds they have to lose in the next year. Because it's about this time next year that show, it's in the middle of June. It's like June 26th today, is it? Something like that. So it's like, we're a year away from next year's show. At least the one they hold in Texas. So I don't know if they hold one closer to me, or I'd probably aim for it. But hey, little vacation trip to Texas don't sound too bad. I actually told Brandon the other day, brother, save up some VTO, some vacation time off, and I'll take you with me. We'll make a whole trip out of it. So I think, and it's up to him. He may not want to disappear for a few days on his family. I know it's hard, There's a reason I've yet to move out of Missouri or like super far away from my hometown, is because of Dad's health. And it's like, I want to be there. I don't want to regret being moved away and not get to spend those last years with him. So, and like, same thing with Mom. Mom's in perfectly fine health, but like when she is on the way down, if there's any signs, sometimes you're not that fortunate. I always want to be here. So it's like, even if I move away, there's always a chance I'll move back, or I can make trips back down here. But I don't know, it'd be nice to. I've been to Texas one time before. It was on a completely different vacation that was not in Texas. It was in Florida. And we just happened to go through multiple states on the way up. And one of them, we crossed through Texas, went right through Houston. Why was that so hard to say? Texas. At like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And it took us an hour and a half to get from like a few feet away from the exit ramp to get on. It took us an hour and a half to go from sitting, waiting to turn onto that ramp, to actually getting down the ramp and on the interstate. And the traffic was so bad. So like we went from thinking, oh, we'll spend the night here in Texas and then finish the drive. Because we wanted to go, if I remember right, to Oklahoma and spend the night there and go see something Mom wanted to see. And then finally come back to Missouri. And we seen Texas's traffic. And Mom was like, no, I will drive to Oklahoma tonight. And we will get a hotel tonight. We'll just have 2 days in Oklahoma instead. And that's what happened. But tis what it is. I think it'd be nice to go down to Texas. I've done with the bad thing is this time of year in Texas. Yeah, I think Missouri's bad. I'm going to die in Texas. Glory. But I'm looking forward to it. There's this aspect of it that isn't just about doing the show, right? Like the show sounds fun. The show sounds exciting. But then there's that part of me that's like, I get to take a whole trip, a whole vacation, just to myself, which I've never done. Heck yeah, I've been on family vacations and stuff. I've been on trips with the church and stuff, where I've been to Kentucky, Tennessee, Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, all these places. But I've never just gone somewhere on my own accord. You know, paying for the gas, paying for the housing, paying for the food, driving up there and/or paying for a plane ticket, whatever. Which now, so the original plan was, because the Egg was an older vehicle and was seemingly starting to have issues, the plan was to fly to Texas and then get a rental and/or get a rental to drive to Texas. But I would have been paying out the rear end to have driven a rental all the way to Texas, around Texas and back. So ultimately, now that I've had to buy the new car, it does actually put me in a better spot for the trip in general, because I'm going to just get to drive my newer low mileage car without any real worry. The biggest thing is I 100% intend on either rotating or replacing the tires right before I do the trip, making sure, even if it doesn't have an oil change coming up, if it's close enough, just doing the oil change before I leave. If not, setting up one in Texas, where I'm going to be, because it will need it by the time I get there. So that's the plan right now. But it's just exciting to think that for the first time, I'm 26, and most of the time, especially these days, with how expensive everything's gotten, people my age aren't really going out on vacations unless they're married with kids. They have two income, they're in that part of their life. Then yeah, there's literally someone from my class who went on vacation. They posted about it last week. But if you're single, just work on your own, one income, or in my case two, because I'm starting to take a job. You really don't see anyone like that going, yeah, I went to Texas for a week, I saved up and went out of state and had a trip on my own, and you don't really see that. And so it's just exciting, something to kind of mark off, hey, I've went on my own out of state, not on a trip with the family, not a trip with the church, not a trip with school, on my own, paid my own way, drove myself, booked the whole thing, and had a good time. And so I don't know exactly what will happen, because obviously it's a year away. But my plan for it, at least, is that there's going to be some vlog videos. My hopes really is that Brandon will come with me, because then I'll have someone to actually carry the phone around and film, some behind the scenes stuff. Because I'd like to get some stage footage and some behind the scene footage, and I'd like to do some vlog stuff about getting tanned and pumping up and the days leading up to the show and the diet and the carb, all of it. I want to do all of it. So obviously I have no guarantee of what's going to come, right? I don't even have a guarantee of living until next year. Like, we can all hope and pray during the 160 next year, that stage. Let's freaking go. I'm putting in the work as if it will happen. But we're not promised tomorrow. I could be gone by then, sadly. But that's just the truth. But, I have no guarantee if Brandon will come with me, if anyone will come with me, if I'll even bring anyone with me. Like, it's on my mind now. It might not be by then. I might be some kind of isolating, a-hole by then. Because I'm so deep into a prep and into a cut that I don't want anyone around me. Because I'm irritable and I'm hungry. And you're going to be eating food in front of me, and I'm supposed to be not eating right now. Bodybuilding, right? Yeah. I can't imagine these guys, because I know how I am, being, just someone who struggles with fake food noise. I can't imagine being like 5% body fat. You've been struggling, being so strict. And you probably have done, Sebum talks about it, where you've replaced rice or potato with a cookie because it was the same amount of carbs and everything. So your micronutrients breakdown for the day was still the same. It's I can't imagine being in that state of suffering and having someone who's yeah, I just ordered McDonald's on DoorDash to the hotel because I was hungry. Bro, you better get your own hotel room because I'm going to throw you off the balcony. Are you kidding? All I want right now is what you just did, So it's I can't imagine. So it's perfectly reasonable to think that maybe by the time I get to that point, I don't want anyone there with me. But the plan is, right now, I want to invite Brandon to come with. That's why I make planting the seed a whole year in advance. Hey, save some PTO, some VTO, something, some vacation time, some paid time, whatever. And spend some days in Texas. Just go, two best friends, hop in the car, go to Texas, have a good time. So, we'll see what happens. I'd love for that to be the case because he's my best friend. We've done a few trips where we've gone to Columbia, Missouri to go watch Mizzou. We've talked about going to maybe a Kansas City Chiefs game at some point if we can ever save the money for an NFL ticket. We've talked about going to different states to maybe watch a NBA game. We'll just have to pick a home game up in that state against a team we really like so we can cheer against the home team. There's just not any home teams around us we really like. Obviously, Missouri doesn't have an NFL or NBA team, but we have multiple NBA teams around us. So it's a matter of picking what state we want to go to and what game we want to go to. So, but we've done stuff like that. So I think this would be cool. Go to Texas, hang out. Hey, depending on when the show is, we could end up seeing an NBA game if the finals haven't happened yet by that time next year. Because I don't know exactly when in June it is next year. I don't think it's been announced. But I know it's in June every year in the Houston, Texas competition. So I think it might be cool if we're lucky. Maybe go see an NBA game. That'd actually be kind of cool. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm just excited for the trip. And I'm excited to push myself, really. I am leaner right now than I was this time last year. We talked about that in a previous video. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. The video, I believe, is titled Spinning My Tires or Spinning My Reels, a year wasted or something like that. And yeah, that's a clickbait title. That's a clickbait thumbnail, just so you know. But not really, because it was a year wasted, ? The answer's no. I talked about it a bit in the car talk of that video, but the year's not wasted. Ultimately, I started the journey to 160 this time last year at about 215, 212 maybe. And I was on my way down. We're just a nice steady pace down. Everything with Dad happened. I believe it started in August or September of last year, and it lasted. He was in and out of the hospital, multiple strokes, surgeries, everything lasted until January of this year. So like we spent Thanksgiving in the hospital with him. They weren't home for Christmas. We didn't have our normal family Christmas. It was a very stressful year, and unfortunately, I wish I'm so jealous of people who are this way, that I was the kind of person who starved themselves when depressed or faced with hardship in life. But instead, I binge, and there were days. There was like 2 days where I didn't eat when I first started, and then I ate like a lot to make up for it. And I didn't eat, and I ate a lot to make up for it. It was just this vicious cycle. And that went on until the video on the channel, I believe I just called it The Truth, where I just weighed it out. And guys, I'm up to 230. I'm supposed to be going down, and I'm, 15, anywhere between 18 and 15 pounds up from where the challenge started. And since then, so since January, February-ish of this year, we have lost about, I'm at 209 right now. Mom and Dad's scale is at 205, but I try to only go off the same scale. I wanted to jump off the scale and go, yes, Nick, go get my phone and film it. But it's a different scale that I normally weigh in on, so I didn't count it. So, have I weighed in at 205 recently? Yes, literally last Monday. But was it my normal scale at my normal time, blah, blah, blah? No. My normal scale that I use just for like my normal weigh-ins consistently said 209. It's been about a week since I weighed in. So who knows? Maybe I fluctuate up, maybe I fluctuate down. But about 209. So we've lost about 21 pounds, somewhere in there. I was in the 230s, not like right on 230 on the dot, but I don't remember exactly where. So we'll say since February, I'm down like 21 pounds. And we got 40 more to go. So realistically, it's doable. Possibly 50 to 60 if I'm not pleased with where I am, like before the show. And I still have time to lose more weight. We'll see. But no matter what, this is the summer. Next summer is the summer that I do the show. This is the year I get down to 160. 160 has been the dream weight, the goal since 2020 when I was 180. COVID hits. I went up in weight, got to 250, and I was so discouraged because then I went from being like 20 pounds from my goal to 90 pounds away from my goal. So to be like 40 pounds away from that goal again is like just extra bit of adrenaline, this extra shot that I needed of like, I can do this. Let's freaking do it. And I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, why am I not like psyched? Why am I sitting around going, I really don't have the fuel anymore? And I don't have the dedication anymore. I used to be fueled by the bullying in high school and all this stuff, and they've proven those people wrong. And I got to find that fuel again. I got to find that drive. I got to find my why. Well, 160 has been the goal for 6 years now. And you got back down from 250 to like the 210s and just stayed there. I just let myself be satisfied by that. 210. It's not terrible. I'm still pudgy. I'm still fat. But I'm not where I was. I'm still fitter than most. I still work out every day. No, I'm not happy with that. 160 has been the goal for 6 years. By the time I hit it, it'll be 7 years since I set my eyes on 160. I'm not satisfied with that. 7 years? To lose 90 pounds? Just because COVID got me down bad eating some ramen noodles and Reese's Puffs? You kidding? Nah. It's time to walk in hard. Like we're almost at 30 minutes of incline treadmill. We're going to do an hour. And then I'm probably going to switch to the elliptical or the stationary bike just to burn some more calories without absolutely demolishing my legs or my knees. But we are locked in. And that's another reason I wanted to change the split. I want to see some more gains. I wanted to see some more results. And I wanted to breathe life into training because I don't want to get bored of training. Not that I am, but I don't want to. So I figured it was time for a change. We are, like, the next year is going to be insane. I'm talking waking up for morning cardio. I need to just walk back into OMAD. I haven't ate today, so I think today's going to be the first day of officially being back on OMAD, which if you don't know what that is, it's 1 meal a day. It means you fast all day and you set aside a window where you eat one big meal that is all your calories, all your carbs, all your protein. One big meal. And the beauty of it, as hard as it is, and I know it's not great for muscle, muscle gain, because it's like, oh, you're not eating enough protein throughout the day to get protein synthesis as often, and you need to be eating 4 or 5 meals of protein a day to get as jacked as possible. Not everything works for everyone the same. Eating multiple meals in the day has caused me to cheat later in the evening because I'm still hungry just out of nowhere. It's caused me to miss protein marks or eat too many fats because I'm just eating. I'm just enjoying these meals, and they're healthy on their own. But then because I wasn't watching the entire day, next you know, it's oh, I kind of missed my protein. Oh crap, my fasts are harder than they were supposed to be. It's just not good. It's just not what works for me. What worked for me to get down to 180 was OMAD, where I fasted all day, and at about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I'd eat one big meal. And the beauty of it, if you can do it, and if it is for you, it's not for everybody. And it's going to be hard for me to get back into because I haven't fasted intentionally to that weight in the day in forever. I've had a few several hour fasts just for health, but to fast every day and eat one meal, I haven't done that in a while. But the beauty of it, the absolute just why it works, is because as long as you don't just let your cravings take over. And I used to be good about that when I did the first time, so I'm hoping my willpower is still good enough for it this go around. If not, it's about to be, because I'm not doing the show next summer, and I'm not missing the mark of 160. 160 is happening, but if you're very conscious of what you pick for food, obviously pick your protein first, then your carbs first. Fats are probably going to come from what's on your protein, maybe some of the oil you cook with. We don't really think about it, but yes, you're getting some fats, you're getting some calories from your cooking supply. None of us are actually doing 1 second. You're sitting there doing 4, trying to get the whole pan covered. So, but the beauty of it is you can't overeat because you're eating your entire day's worth of calories in one sitting. You're eating 150, 200 grams of protein in one setting. You're eating 200 grams of carbs in one setting. It's hard. Sometimes, when I did it the first time, it wasn't 1 meal a day, it was 2 meals a day because I had to come back and tackle the rest of my meal just so I could hit my protein. So actually, I started being smarter where it's while I was cooking, I would down a protein shake and then not cook nearly as much protein and stuff, so I could still hit my protein goals, but not feel like I couldn't finish my meal. And next I feel like I'm force feeding. So, but it's beautiful because it's you just can't overeat on it. I promise you, if you're someone who's overweight, like I was easily eating 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day as a kid, between school lunches, meals at home, snacks that no one knew about, getting into things. So just overeating, nobody's business. I went from eating that much, I was probably eating 1,500 calories, 1,700 calories, depending on the day, in one meal. And it was hard to finish. And I didn't need anything else. And because, you're focusing on your protein, you are satiated throughout the rest of the next day. The hardest part is just that first week or two. Because because you have your growing hormones, which, if you ever notice, hey, this is just a phenomenal real life example of like how growing works. Your dog can't read the clock. Your dog can't read time. But at the same time every day, if you have your dog on a schedule of when it gets fed, will like bark. Especially if you've ever noticed, like, when we have the time change, that dog will be barking an hour before or an hour after feeding time. Because it's feeding time, the growing hormone is being released. Its body is telling it, this is when we eat. And we're the same way. If you intentionally have breakfast at relatively the same time every day, lunch relatively the same time every day, dinner, then your body releases that hormone. Even if you aren't hungry, it just goes, hey, food, we eat it at this time. Hey, come on. And so what happens is that first week or two, you're not hungry. Those fasting hours leading up to that one meal, your body is just like, hey, wait, we normally eat at this time. Find food. Don't forget to eat, please. Take care of us. Find food. Hunt, scavenge, please. So, with OMAD, if you can get past that phase, eventually your body's used to, we eat one big meal one time a day. You're going to get hungry at that time. You're going to eat. You're going to be super full, super satiated. You're going to be fine until that time the next day. Unless you are legitimately just under eating, you're eating like only 1,000 calories is all you can hold down in one meal, you're going to be fine. Now, if you're someone who can't scarf down, like 15,000 calories in one meal, like my fat rear end can, then OMAD's probably not for you. But maybe intermittent fasting, which OMAD is a type of, is. And what that is you set aside a window of which you eat and a window of which you fast. So there's like 24, where there's a 20 hours of fasting, 4-hour eating window, 18-6, whatever. But the point is, like, within that feeding window, like, for example, the 4-hour feeding window, maybe you can eat 2 meals. Or maybe you can even eat 3 relatively small ones, but because you ate 3 meals, you get all these calories in and all of a sudden you're satiated, right? But for me, intermittent fasting, OMAD, it worked. And I've been telling myself to get back on it for forever. I've even told you guys on the channel I was going to get back to doing it. So that is the plan. The next year is going to be crazy. An hour of cardio, maybe even working my way up to 2 hours of cardio. 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. But just cardio, weight training, OMAD. Now that I have this job at the supplement store, I'm probably going to see what they carry that I can add to my supplement protocol. Maybe some fat burners, some test boosters. I know they have some, get some Turk from HCLT. Obviously I'm just, the next year is going to be locked in. So, looking forward to it. I got some potato and chicken to look forward to later tonight during my one meal. So, all that being said, I think I've got young enough while breathing heavy for you guys to enjoy or hate. Most of you have probably already clicked off. Man, I hate this guy has a speech impediment. He's walking on treadmills, really boring to watch. His talking is spinning in circles, and he's breathing heavy. Screw this guy. Half of you already clicked off. But for those of you who have stayed, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I love and appreciate every single last one of you guys. You guys really are the best. If you like the video, you like it. If you made it this far and you like the video, and you aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. You made it this far already anyways. And go ahead and watch another video, because this isn't how it normally is. So go watch another video. But, as always, if you want the best supplements on the market, HTL2 subs, link in the description. Code JS15, save 50% off your order. And if you want to go give the Instagram or the TikTok a follow, the links for those are also in the description. And once we hit 500 followers on Instagram, I will be doing a $100 gift card giveaway for you guys for Harder and Less Time subs. So one of you guys can buy $100 worth of subs. So go give the Instagram a follow if you want to. But as always, I want to appreciate, stroke, love, and appreciate you guys. I really do. And I'll see you tomorrow for what will hopefully be a phenomenal beginning to the new split in a phenomenal back and by workout. See you then.